What song is this? Wowie. Two of them MasterGir ammo symbol.
Hello. What's up with Twitch allowing like these random ass icons in front of people's names these days? Lately. Is that a universal thing or like what? Can you just tell every streamer through icons in front of your name that you are watching without sound and also play Elder Scrolls Online? It's strange. I get the former, not the latter. But hey, go off, I guess. To each their own. Yeah, where's the tilt control icon? Where's the little tilt control icon that lets me know? I want about 7 icons to the left of my name that denote as many things as possible. Where's the icon that says, I eat white bread? I eat wheat bread. I eat ice cubes. Ah, Clown Lime's a second late to... Gotta chase the train. Wait, what is this off-brand... Hold on, what is this off-brand Squirtle? What is this off-brand Squirtle emote? You know that turtle is meant to be Squirtle. You can tell from just the... You can tell from a distance. Alright. Let me start up the game here real quick. I'm mostly doing some ball race. I might just fuck around in the lobby when I'm done. Woo, boy. When I'm done. Started off pretty easy here. Yeah. Alright. Alright, stop music. Alright. Boom. Anyone can join, by the way. I really don't care. So I'll wait. I'll give people a minute. Ball. Hello. Hi. Hey. Hello. Hi. Hi. Hello. Yeah. Ball. I'm offline. You can't join. Fucking hell. There we go. All right. Try now. There you go. All right, who we got in here? Okay, I'm seeing it. Should I wait a little longer or should I just get cracking? Get cracking. Get cracking. Get going. Babish Gaming. Wait? Okay, I'll wait. We got Erarg. All right. 10. All right. People are getting impatient. So when the timer runs out, we're playing. While I'm waiting, how are you guys doing today? I forgot. I said hello earlier, but I forgot to ask that. Everybody have a good day. Did you have a good day? I had a good day. Doing fine? That's good. Covering from illness. You forgore. You got your bag? Oh shit. Oh, the game is chugging a little. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No! No, Boomhauer! No, not dango. Damn ass Boomhauer! That fucking minion has seen shit. Yep. Fucking Boomhauer. Nice. Great. Is that Funko Pop Piccolo? That's disgusting. That's fucking terrible. That's disgusting. Go. Go. Fuck you, Boomhauer. Fuck you, Boomhauer. Who? Oh shit. Who's AFK? Someone's just like standing there. Oh, it's Babish. Who's Babish? Was that a capybara? Oh, that is. Nice. Come on. Remember, it only gets harder. I tried doing like a bit. Fall off, Boomhauer! Ah! Alright, let me turn up the game real quick while I'm thinking about it. Oh shit. There we go, that's better. The game was really quiet. Aww. Tragic. Oh, no, dang on. Go, man. Get right in there, dang on. Get go, man. Capybara Gaming. Oh, these fucking fools. These fucking fools. You like the shape of his head? That's pretty good. Stay out of the dookie. Don't go near that dookie. There you go. Fuck. All you gotta do is commit. Oh, shit. Alright, I'm not first placing this one. Fuck! Oh, I deserve that. I tried getting fancy. Damn, if I really tried, I could have done some good shit. Is my avatar a bottle of ranch dressing? Why, yes it is. Oh, you bitch. I win. I think. I'm pretty sure I win. What the fuck? What just happened? Oh my god. Come on, Boomhauer. Does it have the ability to feel? I don't know. Ask it. No, Naduki! Ugh. Damn. I'm beefing it now. The minions. Yeah. Yeah. All right, this is level 9 out of 11. Fuck! Ah. Oh. Damn it! Whatever. I'm getting worse. I missed my secret exit strategy. You can use that bouncer to ding yourself over there. I'm pretty sure. I think that's how I remember it working. Maybe not. Oh, wow. Fucking RNG. Fucking god damn it! What a bad final level. Damn, look at all these people who've never been here before. Alright, that was easy. How about Paradise? We're not doing Prism, fuck off. Looks like everyone instantly loaded in. This one I'm not as familiar with. Hello? Oh, is this one of the ones where someone has to hit a button? Yeah, someone has to go hit the button. I win. 0.3 seconds. 0.03 seconds is the difference between first and second place. I look away for 1 second. My debut's so fine. Wayne, I know this server is full. Oh yeah. I meant to say that, but someone should drop out after this round. So others can join in. Damn, this tower sure is united. Nice. You see that shit? The fucking absolute skill required to manage that. Oh, the skill! Oh, the skill! I knew I was gonna fuck up by doing that. The moment you declare you have skill is the moment you sign your fucking death warrant. That's just how it goes. Oh, come on, Mole Man. Come on, Mole Man, you got this. No! Oh, tragic. Wow. Slam dunk. Is there collision in this? No, not for each other, no. This would be literally unplayable if people collided with each other. Rip. Go up. Damn it! Damn it, Mole Man chose correctly. How unplayable would this be if you could only use tilt controls? I don't know. It depends on if they were good tilt controls, I guess. Come on. Come on. Rip.
Hey, you!
Thank you. Woo. I win. Oh no! Have I played Super Monkey Ball? I've played the original Super Monkey Ball a couple times. Bonus stage. You took my fucking hot dog. $20 left. Bro, y'all missed like a shitload of hot dogs. Damn. Alright, I wonder who's gonna self-sacrifice to get the button. Poor Mole. Looks like it's poor Mole Man sacrificing for the button again. Woo! Woo! Oh, I'll push the button. Yeah, you like jumped over and didn't know what the fuck to do. Get in! I'd like to see a watermelon bag, light bulb bag. Take that halo off, Hans Mole Man. You're no fucking angel. Woo! Schmoves, baby! Oh man. Look at that. Look at that weirdo. Thank you. Shit rolling. Shit rolling. Seth Rollins. Quick, go! Aw, you tried. Alright, let's see. Can I do this without fucking up? Oh! Oh! Nice. Oh, the capybara died. Die. Where's the capybara? Oh, the capybara ran. Oh, no. Oh, sad. Come on, you can do it. No, you can't. Making you nervous? Sorry. I'd like to see your watermelon bag, light bulb bag. There's a lot more people here than I thought would be here. Thought more people would fall like that. What? Who fucking just like blasted themselves off into the goal? A little guy. Yay! Away! Which one are we on? 12 of 13, alright. Oh, this one's kind of annoying. Oh, no, wait, this isn't the one I thought it was. Bloop, 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 bloop. Is there a way you can cheese this one? I don't know how you would cheese this. Next one has moving goal. Oh, that's right. This isn't that bad. You just go. Like this. Did everyone get it? Oh, no. Last one. Pour one out for Xbox 360. There you go. All right. Anyone who wants to pop out can pop out now to make room. I know Wayne wanted to get in. Oh shit. Oh shit, we're gonna go to fucking Paradise Prism because you're the only one that voted. Nope. Nope. I'm starting over. I'm starting a new game world. Fuck you. We're going to... We just did Paradise. I really hate Oasis, but we'll do Oasis. Alright. Public. Alright. Find me in the game worlds. Six out of 12. 7 out of 12. 9 out of 12. I don't think Wayne's gonna make it in again. Unready if you can. Unready. Nope, Wayne didn't make it in again. Well, that's his fault. That's his problem. Oh, the game chugs on the first load. Boom. Oh. Oh. Oh, you're the last one, Poachy. There you go. No! Fuck! I hesitated. There you go. Damn it! That's what I get for trying to get fancy. I caught back up though. Oh shit, wait! Ugh, we all did it. This level sucks. Are you able to toggle player collision? No, because again, this would literally not work if you could collide with each other. The pyramid one is the worst. It's up there. Go! Go! Ugh, I don't know why it's chugging like this. Oh no! This is my new best. Rip. Rip to them, but I'm different. I won't play golf with friends. I don't get experience points. I mean, I laugh, but you're right. That's why I don't play it. Tragedy. Oh, here it is. The worst level in the game. The worst level in the game. Or the best. Wow, number 580. Only 579 people are better than me at this. Rip. This is a no hesitation map. You really just have to go and pray to your god. Oh. Oh, looks like I'm being crushed by the cube. Does the last person get kicked each round? No. Fuck you. What the hell? Where's the host priority? Where was the host priority? Ah, the mole man. Whoops. I may have goofed up here. I'm good. I could have gotten here a lot faster, but... It is what it is. Skill issue. Oh shit, where's Mew? There's a Mew. Rip. You gotta get off at some point. Ah. Ha, poor Hans Mole, man. Oh, shit. I could have just fucking owned the entire... No! Okay. Fuck. Fuck. There we go. Whatever. That was weird. Hit that shit. Hans Mole, man! Oh. You gotta get the full speed. Or you're just fucked. I didn't realize you could ding yourself that far. There's a tragedy happening here. There you go. I'm on my way to getting orb. Fuck! Oh, you did the skip I wanted to do, but you didn't survive. Oh. I die. Get in! Get in! Get the fucking... What are you doing? Oh, I get sucked through a tube. They need to like make this easier. It's so hard to get in that tube for some reason. Yeah, I'm spectating right now. I'm a bottle of Hidden Valley Ranch. Alright, here's the one that I hate the most. What if we just had an annoying fucking maze in the middle of our level? Fucking, I go the wrong way every time. It's obnoxious. Oh, you fucked up. Yeah, there you go. There you go. A tragedy has occurred. Alright. No hesitation. Ah. No hesitation! Fuck! There we go. No hesitation. Fuck! I usually can first try this one. Oh well. I don't mind. I don't mind. This is the only one I didn't finish. Rip. Get me out of there. Osmole Man reaches the doorway in the sky. There you go. Rip. Just run. Just run forward. Oh. Yay. We're not doing Prism. We'll do Crumidro. Alright. We're doing Midori, apparently. For some reason we got Midori. Well, there's a slot open, if anyone wants it. Gonna let Wayne in. I tried letting Wayne in and he's not around. Fuck this one. I can't blame you for saying fuck this one. This is worse than Prism. Well, we're already here. I don't really want to. Everyone's like, oh, fuck this. How did we end up on Midori? Yeah, you know what? I don't want to do Midori. Midori sucks ass. Huh? Oh, it put me in the Game World port. I just wanted to go back to the menu. Shit. I did not do random. Nope. Alright. Ball race. Start game. Oh. How about Nimbus? Boost pads. Oh, but I don't really like Nimbus. Wow, I kind of really don't like the rest of these levels. I wanted to do this one. I'll do some mini golf after this. All right. New lobby is open. 10, 11, 12. Man on toilet. Alright. Yeah. I guess Wayne gave up. He must be playing with his dog instead. Woo! What? How did you get here? Why is the greedy grinner here? Who just won? Fuck you. Be real, Wayne is playing Coin River. Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if he's sitting on his couch playing Coin River. Ball race made your shoulder hurt? Were you in the ball? How did that happen? Terrible model. Oh, tragic. Oh no, we got an expert in here. I win! Kind of. Man on toilet did beat me by 2 seconds. You know, I picked up like a dodgeball the other day and hit it into the ground just because it's been so long since I've genuinely heard that poof sound that they make. And I really wanted to hear it. Oh man, Ranch and Mountain Dew. My heart is a flutter. Fucking man on toilet. Y'all already know my opinion on Mountain Dew. Sad. What? Where were you going? Get in there! Bad. Mountain Dew bad. Whatever. I didn't get there fast, but I would rather just get there at all at this rate. No! Ah! Fucking man on toilet. I really don't like this one. This stupid tornado gimmick is dumb. Oh! Got him. You have to aim yourself right for that goal, by the way. This one's really harsh. You've got to, if you're going to the left, you got to hold right. If you're going from the right, you got to hold left. It's really fucking harsh. Yeah. Are there custom maps? No. Oh, we missed it by a hair. That's so sad. They need a new ball race map. The ones they've got are starting to get kind of stale. Did I get a new item? What did I get? Woo! Woo! No! Oh! I take damage. Stop. Damn, look how far behind I am. No, wait. Those were people at the start. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking minion bitch! Don't worry, I would have said that about anyone in front of me, except just replace a minion with whatever model they had. That's this one. I despise this one as well. Sad. That's unfortunate. Woo! Woo! Oh! Oh, you hate to see it. Wayne! I have given you like... Wait, I gave you like 3 chances, my man. Server's still full, he says. He was gone. Well, that's not my problem. Simply be here. You want to play the game, then be here. All right, I have gotten a chance to look at you. You know, this player model reminds me of something that might be coming. Do I want to do golf after this round? I will do one more ball race after this, and then we will do golf. Oh, Wayne didn't know I was streaming. Zhizh. Why is your server full? Yeah, I wonder. I don't remember where the shortcut is here. Fuck. Well, it's not there. Can I use this as a shortcut? Shortcut me, baby! Oh, fuck! Oh, if I had more lives, I bet you could do that. The ranch bottle looks vaguely looks like it has an ass when it runs. Ranch got cake. Sad. Am I aware Holly said all robots are demons? I was not aware of that. Holly's entitled to her opinions. Misguided as they may be. I win. She's right. I don't know about that one. I don't know that, but I don't know about that one. If I'm such a demon, how come I went out of my way to give my grandmother a sandwich today? Hmm? Would a demon do that? That's right, I'm a fucking saint. What kind of sandwich? I was at Subway. Shut up. I was at Subway and I got the oven roasted turkey breast with pepper jack cheese, honey mustard, some black olives and onion. And lettuce. Fuck me. And the Miss Vicky's chips. Go! Rawless grandson. Don't say that. That's terrible. That's awful. Sinless grandson. Okie about to get banned. Wait, what? I've never gone over the side like that. That's unfortunate. What the fuck? Okay, that was weird. Don't. Alright, go. Whatever. I'll try one more time to see if... Oh, Wayne's playing Crazy Taxi. Never mind. You're gonna get hit. What? Oh, that's right. That's client side. Actually, we'll just do golf now. We just do golf now. Do a round of golf. Jolf. Yolf. Alright. No, don't return to game world. Just disconnect. Alright, we do golf now. Mini golf. What are we looking at? Water hole. Island. Yeah, how about island? Something nice and simple. Wait, dark? was trying to see what was the most recent one, and I see there were some art passes on some of these recently, but I've never played Dark. Dark sucks. Ah, that's a shame. Damn, Island hasn't been touched in a long time. Waterhole. Kingdom. It's bad? Okay. Yeah, we'll do Island first. Boom, there you go, and it's 16 players, so we have extra slots. Oh, okay. 15, 16, and we're full. Ready up. All right. My ball is ready. Ah, I love that little tune. All right, I gotta change my brain to golf mode. I'm not a golf whiz. I'm not a mini golf whiz. This is actually much worse. What? What? I got scammed! I got scammed so fucking hard. No, stop. Don't go back down. Oh! Fucking tell me to hurry up. Just get in. Thank you. Good God. There I am, Gary. There I am. Somebody's nuclear red ball in there is like lighting up the whole thing. Dad. Come on. Right there. Gentle. Oh! Hippie Catty also getting fucked over. Oh, there you go. Goodness gracious. Oh, that was bad. Now I'm stuck in the corner. Watch this. Fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I thought it was a genius. There was no such thing. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. A little bit closer. Ah, par. I can live with par. Who's left? Uh-oh. 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 Oh. Gently. And there you go. How's golf going? Well, that was hole 2. So, I mean, it's going. I am not AFK. Shut the heck up. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Oh, it's one of these fucking holes. One of the haha you start over type holes. Alright. Gently, gentle, get in. Oh, thank God.
Many blessings.
No. Thank you, Clown Limes. You've got to be so gentle. I said so gentle. I said so gentle. And you go down again. Oh, Pippi Catty was just barely. Come on, easy. Nope. Press B to give up. Oh. Whoa. Ball exploded. RNG, baby. Oh! Oh! Come on! No! I got stuck! I literally can't move! What the hell? It's broken! Is it? Am I slowly moving? Oh my God. There it goes. Oh. Oh my God. That was so weird. Oh, I keep bashing my knee on the desk. That's water, by the way. Whoa! I didn't even know that was gonna be there. I just barely avoided that. Oh, I was trying to use my big brain to calculate that. I could have had that. I'll take an eagle, though. Sad. To my credit, the only reason my score is so bad on hole number 1 was I got fucking scammed. And I bounced off of the hole out of the fucking... out of the bounds. Out of bounds. Well, that was obviously not the right choice. Bitch! Come on. Man, ain't that some horse shit. Ain't that some horse shit. Damn, I just realized how perfect Hoki's ball is. Damn. That sucks. Golf is just another kind of ball race. Yeah, kinda. Ah.
Albatross.
Life is but a ball race. The one fucking clown ball over here on its way, honking, honking as it goes. Another RNG one. Fuck, that was way too much power. We got some hole-in-ones too. What? 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 That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That was fucking bullshit. Oh. Oh my fucking god. I'm getting ripped off here. If you got a lower score than me, you cheated. Come on, all the way. Oh, no, 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 no. Come on, dude. Fuck you. Oh my god, fuck this fucking hole. I don't even care what I've just said. These fucking water hazards. What? It's all fucked now. I don't give a shit. Hole's dog shit. This hole's fucking terrible. They need to redo this whole level. I picked this one because it's supposed to be easy. These fucking water holes, these water traps are bullshit. Things to put in a Tinder bio. Fuck this fucking hole. Fuck it. Nice hole in two.
Nice shot.
Damn, went right over it twice. Ah. What a honky. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you forever. Whatever. No. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh my god, no. I refuse. I fucking refuse. Get me over there. Get me over there. Stay there. Stay there. No, stay. Stay. Stay, 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 stay. This is stupid. How is this an easy level? How are you gonna rate this easy? This level's like horse shit. The candy course levels are easier than this. They are. They really are. You look, you just got scammed. Easy. Easy. There you go. This course sucks. Why did I pick this one? Alright, see, I figured something like that would happen. Stop! Stop moving! Fuck you. This fucking level, it's so fucking punishing for hitting it too hard. Why is it so punishing? Like, look at this. Oh, fuck you, +1. Fucking ridiculous. Oh, Tower Unite people, this fucking map sucks. This fucking course sucks ass. It makes you look like a bunch of goddamn clowns. Not a single person got par. This one's so bad. And then they just give you a free hole-in-one. Except for everyone that didn't. Oh yeah, they got ripped off. I'm sorry. You literally got ripped off. You got ripped off so bad. That sucks. Why did you just hit it the wrong way? Oh my god. You're gonna miss. Well, you could end everybody else's suffering at least. Don't worry, you can still win. Fucking whatever. Let her rip. Whatever happens, happens. Nope. Did anybody get the good RNG? Somebody did. Oh, I just barely didn't get that too. Gentle. Gentle? What are you doing? What are you doing? Easy. There you go. Take you our time. Oh, God. No, 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 okay. Damn, this is the worst possible spot to be. I actually have to move myself out a little bit. Waste a whole fucking stroke on that. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Whatever. What were you thinking? Damn, there you go. Fuck Island. Oh, you're going on a trip. Where are we going? Only 2 more holes. What? Oh, bite me. See me doing the angles in my head? There we go. Oh. Oh! Oh wait, no, I forgot. You gotta go in there when it's facing that. Fuck. Damn. Whatever. I forgot that that thing moved. Man, that's sad. I could have had the hole-in-one too. Whoa, that's a cool ball. Ballogram. All right. Oh no. It's Plinketto. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you very much. Sunshiny day. Come on. Sunshiny day. Sunshiny day. Come on, one more.
I see fields of green.
Well, that was fucking terrible. All right, everybody wants to do Sweet Tooth, so I guess we're doing Sweet Tooth. Difficulty hard. That course sucked. I agree. That course was asshole. Shush, shush, shush. Shush. Woo! What? How did I get put over here? Whatever. No, 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 no. Oh, okay. Bitch! That's horse shit. I could have been under par. That's fucking horse shit. Does real mini golf have holes that specifically are made so that you will bounce out of the fucking hole and out of the course? Because that looks purposely designed to do that. If they nasty. I don't want to go to the golf. I don't want to go to the mini golf course with nasty holes. I haven't played mini golf since I was like 7. You gotta believe! Sad. I love that suck sound. Go on. Sad. Come on. Get sucked. Come on. There you go. Where do I want to go? Where the fuck am I going? I got fucking lost. What do you mean, hurry up? Give me a fucking minute. I don't even know what happened. I was like the only person that went in the direction I went. Okay, whatever. That's not sludge, that's fudge. It did give me a minute. Yeah, it literally did give me a minute. So you're right. Keep to the sides. Lame. Lame. Oh, fuck you. Fuck off. Oh my god, I'm gonna scream and scream and scream. What? I'll ban all of you. Damn, I just disappeared off of the fucking scoreboard. Are you fucking serious right now? Calm the fuck on. Whatever, man. I think I fucking hate mini golf. Oh god, this is only hole 5 as well. I'm gonna go this way. I wanna see what happens if I do that. Okay. Oh, some people got holes in one. That's nice. How do you even get a hole in one? You gotta... Oh, do you have to hit that... Oh, I see. There's a hole over there that just leads right to it. I think you just hit it, yeah. Mini golf is fun until you play it, yeah. Gentle tap, Pippy Catty. Gentle. No, what are you doing? All you had to go was... You just had to go forward. Bowling too. Bowling can vary. It kind of actually depends on who you're bowling against. Well, this one is literally called roulette, so I guess I'm not too concerned. Okay, well, I guess I got fucking ripped off. Let's see if I can do this. Ah, come on! Hole in 2!
Nice approach.
I think you can also go left and just skip the roulette. I have no idea where you're even going. I think you can just go that way. Yeah. Oh, that's so sad. Just a tap. Yeah, there you go. Tragic. Oh, that's right. Oh, whatever. The candy one, it turns out, is fucking stupid because it's just every hole is random. Fuck 12. Woo! Uh-oh. Okay, good. Whew. I didn't want to get stuck up there like Fluffy there. I like the pool sounds. The pool sounds are good. Oh, I'm so close to being pro. Look at this. I'll get a diorama. Diorama. Diarrhea. Futurama. Which one makes me win? The left one? Oh, nice. 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 Bum, 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 bum. Dunk. Hit that shit. Nah, see if you'd hit right into the angle, you would have gone a lot further. All right. Now easy. You want it like yellow, like a little light yellow, but not tiny. Who else is here? Where the fuck were you? Oh! Damn, you're lucky that's all that happened. Directly into that angle. Yeah. Oh! Well, I tried, and you can't fault me. Does this put me right back to where I was? Oh, well, go fuck yourself. I should have just not bothered to try then. Oh! Is that hole bad? Where's that hole go? I'm not gonna tempt fate. Jesus Christ, can I get you? Can I go, please? Why'd you talk me into doing candy? This is better than Island, but this still sucks. And I don't know if it's the fault of the level or if I just hate mini golf. Both? Fair. That was weird. Is it a hot take to say table tennis is cool? No. It's at the Olympics. Alright. What? What the fuck is... What just happened? Oh, bite me! Bite my ass! There we go. Whatever. Whatever. Everyone that got a hole in 1 cheated. Everyone that got a hole in 2 cheated. Bite my stupid fucking ass. Rip. I hate to break it to you, but there's not going to be a game after this one. I don't think I have it in me to do another round of golf. So what's the catch? Oh, I see what the catch is. Man, that's some bullshit. There was travel time. Fuck. Oh my god, fuck mini golf, dude. Do I get a par? Okay. Whatever. Works for me. Nice. Dunk. Progress made 0. Go to the right. Hit the right. Hit the right-hand side. Yeah, there you go. Well, you gotta aim more to the right. But you get it. Ugh. Alright, now go to the right. Like, hard right. Oh. You didn't get a chance. Sad. I'm not AFK, it's okay. Alright, what's this stupid level's stupid gimmick? Oh, it's that I get scammed. Fuck you! Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Wait. Oh, never mind. No, never mind, that's fine. Never mind, that was okay. What? There you go. Sad? That's so unfortunate. Everyone's going down in the fudge holes. Oh, that's getting scammed right there. Oh, nice, 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 nice. Oh. Yes. Pro. Yeah, the speech bubbles are a good touch. You can just see a ball off in the distance screaming, basically. Wow. Come on. Come on, man. Don't do it to me again. Okay. Come on, just keep going. Keep going. Really? Fucking, are you serious? Fuck you, 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 fuck you. Alright, just go. Whatever. I don't care. Oh my god. Skin in my fucking teeth. Can, please, just a little bit more. Fuck. Oh, is that what I want to do? Do that. Okay, I see. Well, at least I got par. Unless the game rips me off again. Alright. At least I got par. This one's brutal. Go! You were a second too late. Go! What? Wow, this is just torture. The moment you see that chocolate stick about to pass, like right now. Oh, you hit the side and you got ripped off again. Oh man, you guys are getting fucking just thrown into the dumpster. That was unfortunate. That was just sad. I don't know what was happening there. Sad. Game is stoned. Which one makes me win? The middle one? Alright, I'll get that one, I guess. Fuck! Wait, what? Oh my god, what the fuck? I hate the ones that have like a knowledge check. What the fuck? Are you serious right now? That's ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous. Thank God we're almost done. I was having my day was so fine, and then bam, mini golf. Really? What the hell? Can't I get a break? There. I'm not even on the list. I got 2 hole-in-ones. Is that everyone? Nope, there's still someone. Baby Gaddy. And man on toilet. X speed, right hand side. There you go. Discord link invalid? Huh? Is the Discord link invalid? It shouldn't be. Old link is fixed. What happened? That's weird. I didn't know permanent links would have to be like refreshed or adjusted or fixed or anything like that. That's weird. Thank you for bringing it up though. I'm curious if anyone's gonna get fucked over. Is it possible to get, yeah, some hole in 2? 3? Oh, the link was wrong. The link must have gotten edited at some point by accident. There you go. Uber Eats wins. That's it. That's all I got in me. That's your tower for today. I need to eat dinner. I need din. You know how it is. People be eating dinner. I'm gonna do a quick BRB, and then I'll do our thank yous. So I'll be right back. Okay. These will be pretty quick credits here. Quiet, calm down, Tori. You'll get food in a bit. All right. What the hell is this? There's like something off to the side. Oh, I see. Okay. So thank you, Oki, for 16 months. Kneebly for 4. I like a lot of bees. Not I like a lot of bees. 14 months. Pippy Caddy 22 months. Scuba Nacho with the Prime. Pippy Caddy with the gift sub. Clown Limes with the gift sub. Inverted Arrow for 6 months. Wesley 20 months, and Clown Limes with the gift sub. Yeah, there's gonna be later streams throughout this week. Wednesday and Friday, you know, the usual days, but I'll probably do it again around 7 or 8 p.m. Depending on who else is doing things when else. Not sure what I'm going to do, but we'll see. I know Holly's probably still on, so let's go ahead and just raid Holly. Wait, that's not right. That's wrong. I know, I caught myself. There we go. Okay. Now we raid the real Holly. There we go. Corey, calm down. You went the whole stream calm. Thank you. So yeah. Whoa, smack the mic. Bitch. Alright. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Y'all have a good one.